Liverpool travel to Crystal Palace this afternoon for a 3:00 kickoff in the Premier League to maintain our perfect start to the season. 6 wins from 6, hopefully, by the end of today in the Premier League. But Palace, unbeaten in 17 themselves. I think they're unbeaten now in 11 or 12 in the Premier League as well. Certainly a tough outfit to come against this weekend. Glasner has them absolutely ticking, winning the FA Cup last season, but also this season, already beaten us in the Community Shield. Although, albeit on penalties, it was still a victory for them, and then we didn't beat them. Tough game this afternoon, Daryl. Are you optimistic, or is it more them? Let's just see how the game goes.
I'm optimistic. I'm always optimistic with our team. I think we can go and beat anyone on our day. So, they're tough. He's made them into a really good sort of structured outfit, but I think we can go there and win. Isak's will be starting today, so I'm hoping that he can score again, carry on his scoring form.
We're going to go through our predicted lineups. Yeah, we're going to go through our predicted lineups. We're going to go through our who we think is a threat from Crystal Palace, what game plan we should be maybe using in today's game. Team news as well. I'm going to go through team news first. Obviously, we know Leon is out for Liverpool for pretty much a year with doing his ACL. XTK out, obviously, the ban, the yellow card, second yellow card, the red card, and he's banned for today. So, as Dowles said there, Isak will start. For Palace, though, Sarr and Pino are both set to feature this weekend because they're both back in training. So that's an interesting one because for me, Ismaila Sarr is a fantastic player. And I think he could be one of the main threats in today's game. But yeah, Reece joins as well. So that is pretty much all the team news. And we've got a pretty much full fit team, bar, obviously, Bajcetic out, Leone out, and XTK's ban. Other than that, we've got pretty much a full strength team for Arne Slot to pick from. I saw yesterday him talking about, I'm going to go through research. I saw him yesterday talking about Chiesa potentially coming off the bench. So that means Gakpo's going to start. What's your feelings on that?
I don't want Gakpo starting. Not right now, anyway. I don't have nothing against him. I just don't think he's in form. And I think when you're not in form, you should be dropped. I don't think he's doing enough. I think Rio should be playing. And if not Rio, because it hasn't been working with Wirtz in the 10, why not try Wirtz on the left?
What about Chiesa? Would you start Chiesa today after his midweek?
I want to play Chiesa, but I think he's better from the right. So I think it's quite a big call to put him there on the left. I would play. I do think he will get some. I do think he will get some game time, and I'm happy that obviously he's been included. I think he's going to be included in the Champions League squad. Obviously, it's unfortunate for Leone, but I mean, yeah. But no, I wouldn't start him on the left. It would be Rio for me on the left.
Dal, what do you think?
What?
I was thinking the same thing. I'd go with Wirtz on the left. I would go that central midfield of Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, and McAllister. Szoboszlai's a 10, and I'd put Wirtz on the left, give him a bit more space. I think maybe it's a bit too crowded in there for him at the moment. While he's learning, getting used to the Premier League, give him a little bit more space on the left-hand side. And Gakpo's been poor when he started the last few games, so I think you've got to drop him to make him realise if you're not up in your game, you're going to be dropped. You can't keep playing him if he's not performing well, you know.
And it sort of sets a precedent, doesn't it? It says a precedent that if you keep playing poor, then you're going to keep playing, which is not good, really.
It's not good.
You said there as well, go to midfield 3. I'd put personally Maka at 10 now. If I were going to go for midfield 3 with Maka, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, I'd put Maka at 10. And I'd have Gravenberch and Szoboszlai switching the way they have done against Atletico Madrid. And
that has been really good recently, yeah. That looked really good against Atletico Madrid as well.
He did actually mention about McAllister yesterday. This is what he said about McAllister. We are definitely looking at him in the way we prepared him for 3 games a week because eventually where he needs to go like Alex. So to be fair, we're all expecting him to start the first day of pre-season. That's why we took him out at the end to have him ready for the first day of pre-season. So he still is yet with fitness concern, Daryl, McAllister. So is that an easy pick then for Slot? If he's not fully fit, then is it more like start him to a certain extent or come off the bench?
I wouldn't start him personally. I'd probably bring him on a bit later on. I think with Crystal Palace, one thing you're going to get with them, they're going to be, like I said, strong in midfield, strong in the tackle, intense game. It's not a game if you're not fully fit. And yes, sometimes you shirk tackles when you're not fully fit and you don't want him to do that. Hopefully, if we're winning the game, bring him on for the last 10, 15 minutes. Just build his fitness up.
Reece, McAllister, how much would you give him today? It's a big game.
Have we heard anything about team news yet? Or is it too early?
Not as such. Not as there's no been any leaks or anything like that.
Well, I have a feeling he might start. I have a feeling potentially because of the, I don't know, because of this game's going to be a physical game as well. I'm not sure if it's best if he starts Verts. If it's better, maybe if he brings him on maybe the last 20 minutes where there will be a bit more gaps. Palace will be a bit more tired. So I could see McAllister starting, but I don't think because of not being necessarily match fit, I don't think he sees out the whole game. It's one way or the other. So it's either Verts starts and then he comes in. But yeah, I don't think I would give him, depending on how he's playing, 45, 60 minutes. If he's playing well, 60 minutes. If he's not, take him off time and swap for Verts.
Hi guys, what do you think Florian needs to improve in his game to impact more? His physicality massively in terms of adjusting to the Premier League. His physicality needs to improve massively because I think he's already realised how physical it really is, and XTK himself found that out quite early as well. He came off in cramp, didn't he? I think at the Bournemouth game. But yeah, other than physicality, I think it's just more like, I don't know. I think we've got too many of the same players trying to do the same things, which doesn't help Verts. Obviously, Salah likes to come inside a lot. Gravenberch wants to get forward now a little bit more. McAllister wants to get forward. Szoboszlai wants to get forward. And when we don't have that balance in midfield as a proper defensive-minded player in there, then I think it's just too many people in the same positions, sort of wanting to do the same thing. So it doesn't really suit Florian Verts. Maybe that's where, Daryl, Florian Verts might go out to the left, where he can find a bit more room.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Slot's trying to get too many attacking players on the pitch at the same time, and we're looking imbalanced. So when we do get counter-attacked, we look open. I think that's why moving Verts to the left, a bit of space out there, and like you said, maybe even get McAllister in the 10, but not as attacking. There are too many attacking players, and we keep them getting caught at the back, like we've seen on numerous occasions this season.
It doesn't get the best out of Gravenberch massively.
It does. But then we're not getting it. We've got a £116 million player. We've got to accommodate him and use him to use his creativity, give him some space on the outside, I think. And he cuts in anyway, so having him as a 10, it's not going to make much difference.
Although I think he needs to look at himself a little bit more so than tactics. So I don't think it's also tactics do play a massive part, but I think Verts needs to look at himself, look at him to improve. I think he knows that himself.
I agree, but I think the last couple of games he's looked better. He looks a bit more creative.
Yeah.
He looks like he's grown into it, which is he's 22. He's come to a foreign country, new club, new environment, an intense league. It's going to take time. So, but I think Slot did well with taking him out of the limelight for the last game or so, a couple of games, giving him a break. Especially in that Everton game, I think he would have got bullied in that game, to be honest.
And today is the game, Daryl, which could be probably one of his trickiest games. If he is to start, Adam Wharton there, a proper DM, like we've said before, I wouldn't mind him at Liverpool, if I'm honest. I think a lot of clubs around the Europe probably would want Adam Wharton as their DM. That's where I think Florian Verts will find his matchup there. If he does start at that 10 position, he'll find certainly a matchup. But I'm hoping if it depends who plays on it. If it's Gravenberch and Szoboszlai, which I think it could be, the alternating of Szoboszlai and Gravenberch, I'm hoping their forward runs up for Gravenberch more so than Szoboszlai can distract Wharton and allow more space for Verts. Yeah,
that double pivot's looked really good. I always thought Gravenberch as the 6, but you've been shouting this out for how long? Gravenberch going forward at the moment. Dominic Szoboszlai looks better as the 6, and Gravenberch pushing more forward. He looks more creative. He looks more dominant in there.
I think that's his natural position. Number 8, box for Gravenberch, and that's what his natural position was at Ajax. That's what he came through as. Obviously, it didn't work at Bayern Munich. That's Bayern Munich's fault, I think, more so than anyone. But I think regarding Gravenberch as a 6, I think he's only a 6 because he's the only one that can, as the not the only one. I think he's the best one in that position to adjust his game. I think he's such an intelligent footballer, and not as a 6, as a midfielder. Every midfielder should be able to play a 6, 8, 10. If I'm honest, they've got the attributes to do so. But I think with playing 6, Gravenberch has just got the intelligence to read the game, to make interceptions, because he's seen how brainy he is. The half turns. That's all up there. Knowing the players behind it, that's up there. He knows which way to turn, knows how to beat players with simple drop of the shoulder. But his best game, Reece Gravenberch, is an 8. It always has been an 8. It's box to box. It's getting forward, and look how happy he is. It's all. He mentioned it last week, didn't he? I'm happy that I'm going a bit more forward now. I've been saying this for like over a year, but people think he's an actual 6 now. I said he's not a 6. I swear. Let him go forward, Reese.
No, I think depending on who you're playing, like horses for courses, certain games, yeah, let him be a bit more free. Not every single game until you're able to have someone who can kind of bring what he brings to the 6. But in certain games, I don't mind players swapping around or you being a bit more adventurous, like how we saw against Everton, because we know he can get goals. He's very good on the ball. I think he's very underrated on the ball. I think a lot of people forget because he's playing in the 6 that, like I said, he's a talented footballer. Why we bought him in the first place was originally at 8. It just so happened he got put into the 6 because we didn't have one, and then it's worked out superbly. So yeah, from depending on what games, I'm all for that. And I think once we're able to get a 6 next summer, I think you might see Gravenberch more permanently further in the 8. So it's exciting times.
I think it's just probably getting a proper 6 in it, proper defensive minded player to play alongside him. But then we have the Szoboszlai, McAllister, Gravenberch all fighting for maybe one spot possibly. That's why I sort of moved McAllister into like a 10. Maybe him and Florian fight for the number 10 spot for me. And Szoboszlai and Gravenberch is to 8. So who can actually play a 6 as well. So it'd be interesting to see how he sets up today. Obviously, we've spoken about McAllister not being fully fit. Is it going to be Szoboszlai, Gravenberch? That's what I'm expecting to be. Let's go through our predicted lineup, guys. It's going to be an hard one in net.
Who's that? Ali and
Woodman net. Reece, yeah.
Woodman.
Yeah, Woodman. Freddie Woodman.
For who? What are you talking about? Freddie Woodman?
Are we going to get Freddie Woodman in there? Or is it
Definitely not.
So Alisson in there. That's pretty
obviously
much right back is a debate.
You know, see me, I would go with Bradley just because I think he's defensively more sound. But I think because of what Frimpong offers going forward in the turnover kind of thing, and you'll kind of probably help Salah by stretching the defense and going out on the outside, allowing Salah to come on the inside. I think it'll be Frimpong and what he offers. I think Slot likes defensively, the tracking back, the pace. He's able to get back and win the ball. So I would go Bradley, but I think it will be Frimpong. But either way, I think both won't see out the game. So whoever starts, I think it will be 45 or 60, and then the other one comes on for that one. Because I think Frimpong's, I wouldn't say he's fully fit, because I know he played obviously the game during the week, so I wouldn't say he's 90. So I have a feeling it will be Bradley, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I think it'd be Bradley. Just sheer fact that I think Palace wide are very, very good. They've got obviously Sarr and Pino on the width, but also I'm looking at Tyreek Mitchell. Darryl, I'm looking at Mitchell and how he got. He got a brilliant goal last week as well, Mitchell. I think it was his right foot. I think he scored with as well in his left foot. He's very good going forward. I think that's what sort of think about with Bradley. And obviously, Frimpong playing maybe poor. I prefer Frimpong because I think he gets better starts at Salah.
I agree.
But I think today, Darryl, I think it will be Bradley, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I prefer Frimpong going. I think he injects pace into the team. He's good at going forward, going back. I think he allows Salah, like you said, to cut in as well, to come inside, gives us more width in the team. And Tyreek Mitchell's a really good player. And I've seen games where he just kind of shuts down Mo Salah a lot of the times. He's playing him a few times. So if you have Frimpong going on the outside of him, just give him something to think about. Hopefully frees up Mo a little bit. Bradley, defensively more solid. I think we've got to go there and try and be dominant. No, we've got to go to that game and try and win that game. So I'd go with Frimpong myself. And yeah.
It depends how you're thinking, isn't it? If you're thinking attacking wise, obviously you do go Frimpong. And like you just said there, if Salah's occupied with Mitchell has had brilliant games against Salah.
Yes.
And then Frimpong just gives him another headache to think about. And that again, if Frimpong goes out wide, does Tyreek Mitchell push onto him and leave Salah alone?
Leave Salah free.
Or does he stay with Salah, which I think you should do really, but then it's the cover from the wingers, isn't it? And who's playing on that wing today? Will it be Pino on that wing if he's fit? Sarr goes the right side, doesn't he? I think it'd be Pino on the left side. So his work rate will be very, very important if Salah and Frimpong play together. But I think I think Slot will think more defensively, and especially after Frimpong's performance midweek, I think Slot will go for Bradley personally. Centre backs, obviously, it's going to be Canate, Van Dijk. I'm not going to debate about that. Left back, Daryl, Kirkes or Robertson?
Got to go Kirkes. I think Robertson was poor the other night. Robertson looks good when he comes on for a few minutes.
I think he was all right, and I'm usually someone who's more critical of Robertson. I think he was decent against Southampton, to be fair. But yeah.
I don't know, maybe because we expect so much more from Robertson from what he's done in the years. I don't know. I just think when he starts, I don't know.
For me, the expectation has to. I can't.
It has to be tampered. It has to be tampered. I agree.
Because he's not the same player anymore.
Yeah.
So those years of Robinson going up and down and being impeccable, it's not. His body's breaking down. So the expectation for me, if he has a good game, I'm happy. I don't because you got to kind of manage him better. But carry on, Daryl. I know I interrupted.
Yeah, like I said, no, it's no worries. I just think Kirkes for the energy, and because they played at 3-5-2, I just think gives us the width to occupy the wing backs. I think you have to with someone like Palace, you have to occupy those wing backs. And with Gakpo going to be cutting inside all the time, that just leaves the wing back free. I think you need to occupy the wing backs in that Palace team. Otherwise, Munoz gets forward, Mitchell gets forward. I think we've got to try and push them back and for them coming the other way. That's the way I think you beat Palace.
Yeah. I think, they're very, very good attacking going forward, but we also need to sort of counteract that as well going forward ourselves, don't we?
Yeah.
And that gives them, that makes them question themselves, doesn't it? If we have like an attacking fullback in like a Frimpong and a Kirkes, that makes them question, do we push our fullbacks forward and leave the gaps? And that's them changing their game then would rather them change their game
than us changing ours.
Accommodate us than us change our game to accommodate them.
Yeah.
That's them changing their game plans. But it's going to be an interesting one. Whoever's at fullback, I think it's been interesting. I think that's where the game's going to be. I think that's where both teams could attack and defend out wide. And that then goes into Slot's thinking. Does he go for Kirkes, who's more attacking? Does he go for Frimpong, who's more attacking? Or does he worry about their attacking fullbacks as well in Munoz and Mitchell?
It'll be interesting to see which side Ismail Assar plays because he's so dangerous.
He's
besides Mateta, he's their main guy. So if he plays on the left or the right, depends on who tracks him.
Now midfield, this is going to be very important because obviously we know about Adam Wharton, how good Adam Wharton is. I think Will Hughes is very underrated and finds pockets quite easily. So who plays that double pivot today, boys?
I think it's a Bosla and Gravenberch for me. I think that should be a no-brainer. I think that's a must because the athleticism both of them offer, the physicality as well. I think obviously you need Szoboszlai in that midfield. It's been nice the temporary experiment of having that right back, but that was only meant to be temporary because both right backs were injured and weren't fully fit. So I think he's got to go back into midfield. And then I think what helps is there's times like what we saw against Everton where Szoboszlai can be the one and Gravenberch can go forward a little bit. So you can kind of take turns. So for me, it has to be those two. It's just a question of who's in the 10, whether it's McAllister or Wirtz for me.
Go on then. Who's in the 10, Daryl?
I'll have to go Wirtz. I'm just worried about McAllister. I don't want to push him. He's such an integral part of our team. I wouldn't want to risk him. And he's an important. I think when he plays, we are more fluid. He keeps the ball, he keeps it moving. I wouldn't want him to start the game and then he gets injured. I think you just got to keep just working him back into full fitness gradually.
I thought he'd play a little bit midweek, just to get his fitness up a little bit.
Yeah, should have given him a few minutes.
Yeah. So it's going to be Salah on the left. It's going to be Salah on the right. Sorry, it's going to be Isaac up front. I'm not going to debate that. We've already debated about Gakpo. I think it will be Gakpo, if I'm honest. So when Slot said yesterday about Chiesa maybe coming off the bench, I think that pretty much confirmed Gakpo playing for me. I can't see Engamo getting started, if I'm honest. Although I wouldn't mind Engamo starting, but I want to see more minutes from Engamo, and that's what I want to see. But I do think Gakpo plays on the left, and I think that will be the particular lineup for me. Now, obviously, we've just spoken about Sarr, we've spoken about many other players for Palace. Who is their major threat today, boys? Is it Sarr? Is it those fullbacks in Munoz and Mitchell?
For me, it's Sarr and Mateta in terms of going, and Wharton as well. You can't forget about Adam Wharton. I think you kind of got to stop him in midfield because if he gets into his rhythm, then it becomes a difficult game because he's breaking lines, he's finding passes. He's flowing quite well. I think people are sleeping on as well Mateta too much. I know people have been speaking about Saar. He plays quite well against us. He's a good player. He'll be up for the game, but I think Mateta's a solid striker. I think because he plays at Palace, it goes under the radar because he's quite physical. When he's on his game, you can kind of give the centre backs something to think about. So those would be the 3 players for me.
Mateta's going to keep those centre backs certainly.
Going to keep them honest.
Keep them busy. But that for me, when he keeps them busy, that's where the space comes from Saar for a Pino, for a Will Hughes, Daryl.
Yeah. Like you said, Mateta's he's big, he's physical. He can. I've seen him occupy both of those centre backs, like you said. So whichever side he's on, it's gonna be a tough game for Konate or Virgil. But like I said, there's always space in when he pulls them out or pulls them to the side. There's always space in there. So that's a worry. But Munoz is an amazing player. He gets up and down that right wing constantly. So yeah, he's always a threat going forward. Scores goals, crosses. We've got to try and stop him crossing the ball. And I don't know if Kirkus is the best person to do that when I'm thinking about it now. You've got to stop him getting in the box or crosses in.
So would you think Robertson and Bradley are the best 2? In terms of defensive wise, best 2, Robertson and...
Maybe we should go with a balance. We need a balance of one attacking.
Right.
And maybe I would go Frimpong attacking and have Robertson being more conservative to try and nullify Munoz, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's where we need to look at. In terms of their threats, I think that wide area is for me. I think Saar and Pino will come inside. And I think then we're looking at Mitchell and Munoz as those threats. And like you said, attacking wise, them two of the best fullbacks in the league for me.
Definitely.
Certainly a threat in front of goal and a threat out wide as well. Adam, what you mentioned there, that is certainly a player that we need to look at today because Florian Wirtz has not had the best of times, and he's had chances against maybe lesser better players, less better players than a Wharton. If we can keep Wharton busy on Wirtz, does that allow Reece? Does that allow us to get space elsewhere?
If we can keep Wharton busy, as in on Wirtz, you mean?
Yeah, like
Wirtz
has been like maybe a distraction for Wharton.
Potentially, yeah. Wirtz is up for the game and he's picking up spaces. He's kind of pulling Wharton out of position, and that allows space for other players, some of our attacking players, whether that's a Gakpo if he's coming in or Salah coming in, Frimpong's going on the outside, or even that allows Gravenberch to get a bit further forward, similar to like what we saw against Everton. So I think it is important that we keep Wharton occupied. We keep on top of him. When he's got the ball, don't allow him to kind of pick out a pass or kind of run into his stride and stuff. But when we have the ball, we've got to be making him work, making him get out of position. Because then if spaces are available for us, that's when I think we will punish Crystal Palace.
It's going to be an interesting game anyway. Regardless of whatever happens this afternoon, I think it's going to be a tough game for Liverpool. I predicted yesterday, it was did Premier League predictions last night on the stream last night, and I said 2-1 to Liverpool. I said it could be a late winner again. It could be another late winner. This is one of those games that it could be. But it wouldn't surprise me for 1-1. But I said a draw away to Palace, contextually, it depends how the game goes on, context. It's not a bad result. All in all, I don't expect to win every game. We shouldn't. It's impossible to win every game, but I don't expect to win in every game either. But I do think we might get over the line today, and I think with a 2-1 win,
that's what I'm going for.
I think it's going to be 2-1. And someone else, I actually mentioned last night. Imagine it was a late goal again. Obviously, that rivals would be absolutely peed off. But imagine if it was a penalty, foul given away by Gahey. And then someone, the Barovian cop-out mentioned in the comments, he said, imagine an own goal by Gahey in the last minute.
Who said this as well? I think I saw when I was watching Monster's channel, Big Sip Spans, he said something about own goal.
Imagine a 94th minute own goal from Mark Gahey.
That's trolling, man. That's just a bit.
That's too much.
That's just a needle there. Obviously, I'll take it, innit? It is what it is. But ideally, I'd rather us just win and our players just score. But yeah, as long as we get the 3 points. You're on mute, Dave. You're on mute. Mute again.
Especially imagine, would you see the Crystal Palace's poster for coming up for this game?
Yeah, with the thing. Yeah, you can see there, yeah, it's a bit of, argy-bargy. They're trying to...
It could be Gahey's first goal for Liverpool.
I don't think it's coming, mate. That's another subject. I don't think it's coming anymore. No.
I was talking about it so much last night. I think I was just talking it into fruition. I was trying to talk it into reality last night, if I'm honest. But I think it'd be the crash out online would be sensational if that were to happen. A Gahey handball or a Gahey foul to give away a penalty in the last minute, or a Gahey own goal would. Which would be funnier? Gahey giving away a penalty or Gahey own goal?
Own goal.
Own goal would be worse.
Because he's such a top defender, a tidy defender. I don't see him scoring. I always see the average defenders a lot of the time. These ones be the ones scoring their own goals. Yeah, so penalty is more like it's unfortunate, but it's what it is. But we got to take the points. You know?
It's going to be interesting to see how he performs today. Though I'm going to the match. I want to see how Isak does well. I want to see how he does. It's going to be interesting to see how Verts does as well. See what they're like, you know.
That battle between Isak and Gay, do you think that's the main battle of today? I think it's something else.
Definitely. And I'm hoping Isak gets the better of him. But Gay's a really good defender. Not good in the air though. That's one thing. When you check his stats and you got to do a deep dive into his stats, aerially he's not as dominant. We know Isak's good at heading the ball, so I'm hoping that we try and put crosses in, try and test him. You know.
Yeah.
Cop Connection is here. Up the Reds, lads. Reckon Isak plays 70, 60, 70, and then Chiesa. I agree. I agree with analysts. I do agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. I think that's what it will be. I think Chiesa. I'm hoping Chiesa don't go up front. And I'd even look at bringing Jayden Danns on. If you want a light for light striker, not a light for light, it's going to be a light for light, but a striker for a striker, I'd rather Jayden Danns play up front than Chiesa. I'd rather see Chiesa in his natural positions on the wing.
I don't like it when Slot brings on Chiesa and puts him up top. I just don't like it. I think he's more effective from the wings.
Yeah. And I think that's better for Chiesa as well to prove a point in his natural position. So I'd rather Chiesa on the right or on the left.
Don't be surprised if you see that today, though, because you ain't got Ekitike to turn.
Yeah.
And the only thing I'd also do with that, if rather than playing Chiesa up front, I'd rather put him on the right and put Salah up front.
And no, not Salah up front.
Just that last half an hour. If we need a goal, I'd rather get Salah in the box.
Not for me. No. He's
Would you not?
No, I wouldn't. And the reason I say you're more CKs are potentially up front because he has this thing at the minute where Salah doesn't seem to be getting substituted, whether he's playing well or not well. He stays on for the whole game.
It's annoying.
And that's why I'm thinking that. I don't think he'll sub Salah off. So
because Isak's not fully fit as well. Even though I would play him most of the game, I still see him. They're going to manage him. The sports scientists and that are going to say, 60 minutes or something. So unless you see, maybe you could see Gakpo there and put Rio on the left.
I'm just thinking,
I would prefer that personally. I want Chiesa to come on the right or the left, but preferably the right. So,
and that's why I'd prefer if Chiesa is to come on, I'd rather prefer in his main position, but I'd rather Salah or Gakpo up front than Chiesa at that point.
I hear you.
Yeah,
I think we need to get our main goal scorer in the box. If Isak comes off and we still need a goal, I think I'd rather Salah in the box than a Chiesa or a Gakpo. There's nothing against Chiesa. I'd rather Gakpo and Chiesa be the creators at that point.
Yeah.
Just in case we do need a goal. Danns has so much potential. He absolutely does. I think Danns has been overlooked for potential going forward. Obviously, his loan didn't work out last year because he got injured at Sunderland, and he would have actually been part of the promotion as well if he did stay fit. But hopefully, I'm surprised Danns has even stayed. To be honest, I thought he'd be back on loan, but it'd be nice to see him to get some minutes. But it depends on the game. I can't see Danns coming on today because it's such a tough game, and it could be a 1-1 at one point. It could be a 0-0 at some point. I don't think Arne Slot would trust Danns in that situation, Daryl.
Yeah, he's young. You've got to throw them in. You've got to give them a few minutes. So how they're going to develop? We didn't really know much about Rio. And look what he's done. Sometimes Dan's been around. He's been around the first team. He's played first team football I know it was a couple of years ago now, but he's played in the FA Cup. He's played a few first. He's got experience. Why not?
I just don't think you're risking today.
Yeah, not a game against Palace. I think it'd be a different game.
Yeah. And also, I think there's just other guys ahead of him right now. I just think that he'll probably turn to. Probably more Chiesa than Danns.
Our attacking options. We say that our attacking options aren't that great, you know. They're good as they are the first team, but then you got Chiesa and you got Rio
behind, and Ekitike if we did have Ekitike, but
if he was playing, I don't know. As backups, I'm worried about the right wing still.
I'm not. If he uses Chiesa properly, I'm not. He just needs to learn to start substituting Salah.
He needs to learn. He needs to get some bottle about him and be able to take him off. So he's having a bad game. It's like he's scared to take him off, and that's worrying.
Same problem Klopp had with Salah. It's like I don't know if he's got something in his contract where it means he has to play every minute because it's really annoying.
It's more of a thing because it's fine margins, guys. Fine margins, so we need a goal to get a win.
We've got other strikers now. I'm tired of this. We need to look to Salah. We don't need to look to Salah now. For me, when you're not playing well, you come off. You're not going to score a goal when you're not playing well. We've seen it with Salah.
I agree with that.
So especially with times when he was before Klopp, especially with those times where he had low confidence, he should have come off. And you're playing him, hoping he's going to get the goal. Like if his confidence is up, then yeah. But I just look at every player. No player is bigger than the club. If you're not playing well, you need to come off.
That's against Burnley, though. It was like a catch-22 against Burnley. Like, if you take Salah off, rightly take Salah off against Burnley because he wasn't playing well, take him off. But then if he takes him off and we get the penalty, and whoever takes the penalty misses it, it's like...
They're not going to miss.
So Bosnia's an amazing penalty taker.
McAllister should be ahead of him, and I think you've got Isak now. I think these guys should be going on penalty. Isak and Ekitike should be ahead of him on penalties. He's okay.
I think McAllister's a much better penalty taker than him. I'll be more confident with McAllister, if I'm honest. Yeah. Doesn't miss. Yeah.
But
if I'm honest, I think if that would happen though, and whoever took the penalty missed it, Slot would get so much criticism taking Salah off.
But Salah's if you look at Salah the last couple, he's missed one or two. So like,
I don't like his run up me.
This is what I'm trying to say. Even when especially that game, I couldn't watch that when he was to take that because
I didn't watch it. I thought he was going to miss the Burnley one.
He doesn't have a great game. He usually tends to miss his penalty. Like, so I was kind of relieved he did. But there's a few other guys there for me now that should be calling for that. Should be saying, yeah, I step up for taking penalties. Not Salah. I can't say anything to you. But yeah.
Right, score predictions, guys. Score predictions. I'm going to stick with my 2-1.
I'm going to go 3-1. I'm going to be 3-1. Tighter, but I don't know. I'm just trying to go different from you guys. So
you're saying goal scorers. What are you saying for the goal scorers there?
I have to go. I'm hoping Mo turns it around today. So I'm going Isak and Mo to get one each. Could be a pen. Could be a pen from Gay.
I want Isak to score. I don't know. Depends on the game. I would like to see Isak score, but I'm going to go. Who we got there? Gravenberch. I think I want to go to score. I think he's playing. He's red hot right now, and if he's allowed to go a bit further forward, Gravenberch. Yeah, I'm going to go Gravenberch. Isak.
I'm gonna go an header from a defender, either Konate or Van Dijk. But I'm also gonna go because I've took Furtz or Gakpo. I've taken both out my FPL because it's not doing it for me. One of those are going to score, and I think it'd be good. I think it'd be Gakpo. I just as soon as I take him out of the FPL, I thought I can't keep Furtz in. He's not doing it for me.
Gakpo's due one. He needs a good game.
Yeah. So I think Gakpo. I'm going to go Gakpo Van Dijk, Dutch connection. That's what I think. 2-1 to Liverpool. Okay, he on goal. We'll put that out as well. Yeah, thank you for watching, now, guys. Make sure you do hit that like button, as DB said there. Hit that like button and subscribe on your way in and on your way out. Helps out massively. We're on the road to 1.5k subscribers. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Daryl, enjoy the game. You are going to the game today, aren't
you? Yeah,
I am. Should be good. Good atmosphere down at Sellers Park.
And if you can get an interview with Gay after the game, wait outside and ask him when he's joining us. But yeah, enjoy the game. Enjoy the game, everyone else. Hopefully we do win. We're back for a match reaction after the game as well. And we're also back to myself and Enz are back tonight as well at 7:00 for a talk of today's game and the rest of the Premier League as well. Thank you for watching today, guys. Have a good day. Speak to you all later on.